right, folks. Good morning to the Daily Paycheck or Daily Paycheck. Good Lord, every day, Chris, I do this. My God. Morning to the coffee run. I had no coffee. It's probably I have no coffee. That's why I'm screwing things up today. Here we go. Skill says, "Here we go," and yes, here we go. Big show plan today. I'm gonna pick up kind of where I left off yesterday. Give you a little bit of a Daily Paycheck overview, and then we're gonna switch gears in a really cool way. So let's get right to it. We're going to talk about Craps Chat today. The title of the show is Craps Chat Meet the Crew. We're going to meet our host today. I might have let it slip there, but our host is in the green room. He's going to join us here in a minute. We'll talk through some of the plans for the show, how it's going to play itself out. And every day this week, we're going to meet a new person. We're going to meet our panelists one day each week, one a day for the rest of the week. So that's going to happen here. I have a Craps for the Cure announcement coming up, and I mentioned it yesterday. The Craps Academy Awards are definitely going to be a thing. And matter of fact, one of our Craps Chat panelists is sort of the brainchild behind the idea of having this Craps Academy Awards. So I'll let him, when we get to his day, we'll talk about that. Also, it's been coming up, my family specifically, but from some of you all about fantasy football. So we will definitely ask our friend Chris from Dice DGen about fantasy football, if that's going to be a thing for us this year. It's one of these things where it's fun. I love fantasy football, but like we start out all like this, and then as soon as 5 people get their asses kicked, they stop playing, right? So we got to figure out a way to kind of keep that thing interesting. And I closed my show yesterday with this note of politics. I want to make sure I cover this again today because it's an important thing to me. I'm hugely political. I'm highly opinionated. I can be kind of a jerk sometimes with it, but I'm going to try and keep that out of the show. We're going to try and stick to gambling and craps and casino stuff here. I am starting a side project that's going to be a political show, potentially a run for local something or other here in the next couple of years. We'll see, but that will be a topic for a different day, different show, different channel. So let's try and keep that out of the chat if we can. It's my only real ask of you is that if you can do that for me, I'd really appreciate it. Beyond that, here's the Craps for the Cure update. We are locked October 18th, 19th, and 20th. That's the weekend. It'll be in Vegas that weekend. Friday the 18th, Saturday the 19th, Sunday the 20th. Now, when we're doing the events is TBD. I'm not sure if we're going to start 7 o'clock Friday and do whatever. We may do all day Friday, all day Saturday, all day Saturday, all day Sunday. We're not locked in on what's happening where yet, but we know that we have Casino Quest locked in for that weekend. The casino is about ready. The actual casino we're negotiating with is about ready to lock us down on the day. So whether it's Saturday, Sunday, Friday, Saturday, whatever it's going to be basically like noon to 7 o'clock or noon to 8 o'clock, 2 days in a row. So Friday, Saturday, or Saturday, Sunday. That's the schedule. Just matter where it's going to be. So we are locked on dates. We are locked at CQ as a fallback and as a primary spot for interviewing and teaching. So that's going to be cool. Now I can start getting people lined up. So we'll start seeing more announcements as we come here about who's going to be guests, what are going to be some of the segments that we've got planned, and that kind of thing. So finally, we have a freaking lock on this thing, which is cool. The paycheck today, if you missed it, you're missing some good stuff, frankly. I know that I don't get the numbers on that show that Joe's getting like 35 people. Craig with the D8 table is getting huge numbers. Jeff gets, my Daily Paycheck gets like 8 people, which is okay because you're 8 really enthusiastic people. We got to get that thing grown up a little bit. You're missing a good one. Today I went out there. Our buy-in is $8,000 right now. Our profit level is $50,000, right? So we're already at 50. We're halfway to the 100. I'm buying in for $8,000, looking to win $1,600 every day, which is ridiculous. Today, PSO went up 4,800 across and PSO, boom, out of the gate, which was awesome, right? And then I went and heated up a 26 or 27 roller to make back the 5K I lost plus about 1,000 in profit. So didn't hit it and get it today. We hit it and got our ass kicked, and then we fought back hard. So it was a good show. So get in there if you can, and you'll see here we're so far. I mean, cross my fingers, right? We're 78% win rate. We're doing okay. Our total profit's $43,000. So I'm over 50K finally, and we're about 20 wins away from getting to the big number, which is going to be our friend JB is going to owe me a bottle of whiskey, the whiskey of my choosing. when I get to the 100. He says I can't do it, so we're gonna see. We'll see if we get there. So with all that said, that's our morning roundup here. I really want to get to the meat. Oh, Tom, thank you. My recovery work is thank you. And by the way, the recovery today, what we did was, if you weren't watching, I went 4,800 across and lost it. Right. I went out there to 3,600 across and did a drawdown. So I took 2 hits at 3,600, 2 hits at 1,600, and then 2 hits at 750. So I drew it down 3 times, and then we stayed at 750 and built from there. I same bet, collect, same bet, press, whatever, and we worked through it. So we did a drawdown at twice per level to get back, and then rocked it from there. So it was a good morning. We actually recovered well, and the throwing was where it was at today. We got lucky with the good throw. So anyway, here we go. Let's bring in our guest, and our guest today is the new host of Craps Chat Season 3. So without further ado, I'll bring him in full screen. I will go tiny, and good morning to the DGen. Chris, how you doing, my friend?
Good morning, John. Good morning, Craps fans. Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm excited for Craps Chat to come back. And
Me too.
the contract negotiation was a bitch. I can tell you that. We went round and round, right? I mean, it was,
Yeah.
it's
I mean, my lawyers, I must say, my lawyers did really well. I mean, she's a bulldog. I can tell you that, Jen. She's really good with the negotiations and stuff. I'm glad we were able to come to an agreement, and
yeah.
I think it'll be beneficial for both
I'll
parties.
I'll tell you what, man. There's no way you want to go up against Jen in the courtroom. Let me tell
No,
you what,
absolutely not.
that woman's a pit bull. Anyway, so yeah, so Craps Chat, as you all, and let me give you the kind of the history here, right? So we had a couple of great seasons of it with Jeff as the main host, as Dylan as the from Skill and Luck as the co-host. Dylan is kind of his brainchild, and Jeff's shepherded this thing for 2 years now, and it's been great. Every couple of weeks, it was really a great gathering place for everybody. Um, so Jeff decided to step back from the host role a few months back, and we've had some behind the scenes talks as we're joking about here. But it was decided that Chris would take over the reins as the on screen host, and we we're going to model the show a little differently. So why don't you talk a little bit about sort of the new model of the show and sort of what roles you think we're all going to be playing here?
Yeah, so I think we can all kind of agree that every other week, or when Crab Chat was kind of a highlight of the week for a lot of us, just because you get to interact with everybody a lot, and I think it's great for the community. Questions come in.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, you see us on videos, you see us do stuff, you see some of us live sometimes, other ones not live, just doing videos and stuff. So I think it's great that we could be on the screen and interact with everybody. So love that show. I'm very, very happy it's coming back. That's when Jeff made the announcement. I was like, well,
Yeah.
I'll gladly throw my hat in the ring here, and have it, if that would be the decision by everybody. But no, I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to the design of the show that we kind of have been talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I got to tell you guys at home, there's a group chat for this panel that we've constructed, and I've been pissing myself all morning.
It's
So
on
I
fire,
had to
man.
mute. I had to mute my phone because I'd be literally staring at my phone the entire time I'm on the show. So it's gonna be really, really
Yeah.
good. And I think the outline kind of that we have, I think it'll be good. Hopefully it's well received. So kind of the idea we have is, John's going to be producing the show. He will be on camera occasionally, but mainly running the controls from the behind. I will be hosting kind of in the Jeff role. My voice isn't quite like Jeff's, but I'll try my best. And Jeff will be making some appearances here and there when he can. So looking forward to that. And I think we've assembled a really, really good panel. So what we're going to try to do is have a core panel each show, with obviously myself hosting, Dylan as the co-host, and then this panel. And we're gonna, have different topics of discussion. We're all gonna, talk about a topic. There's gonna be some people who are for the topic, some people who are against the topic, and really lay out, both sides of whatever the topic may be for that week or that segment, and try to split it up into segments, so it's digestible, We're not rambling on about crapless craps for 2 hours, right? We're going to be talking about crapless craps maybe for 15, 20 minutes. And then, we'll entertain the chats that come through on the live stream and stuff. And no, I think it'll be really, really good. The panel, I'm excited for you all to meet them. Obviously, John and I know who is on the panel. It's a great, great group. Obviously, it's John, me, Dylan, but the rest of the people you'll meet this week, they're really, really good. Looking forward to doing the show with them. And, if they have to get kicked off the show because they're too rowdy or anything like that, I'll do it. I'll boot them real quick, but I don't think that'll be that'll be necessary.
Yeah.
But no, I'm really looking forward to it. And Slam, you're funny. He said that I'm the host, and he guessed there's one less thing to watch. Well, Slam, good riddance.
That's funny. No, it's going to be a good show. I think the best thing about Craps Chat before was it was to come together. We talked about, right? Everybody comes together every couple of weeks, right? It's a big thing. The problem with Craps Chat was that we always wanted it to be this audience-driven thing. Like, I think Dylan's, and I'll talk to him about this when he's on the show. The original goal was always like, hey, let's make a sports radio call-in type of thing, but about craps. The problem with that is that it's hard to manage that, right? In sports radio, you're broadcasting to in Philly, you got 2 million people listening to the radio station, and calls are always full, and they can screen them out. With us, it's like you just don't know what's going to happen in chat from minute to minute, and it was just hard to wrangle that, right? And it was also difficult with guests to get everybody time to speak. I think what the plan that we've got here, which is it's a limited set of panelists, right? You're gonna your core four basically, right? And so we talked about, think of this like a news roundtable. Somebody kind of driving the conversation, but like 3 or 4 people that are bringing topics to talk about of their own, or the topic of the week kind of thing. Like, there's going to be weeks where it's like, hey, I wanted to talk about dice control, but no, Alfredo called Jeff an asshole, so we're talking about that tonight, right? That's going to be like, that may just be what happens, right? Or it may just be, Gamble with Jimmy made $1 billion this week, and we're going to figure out how can we all be just like him. Those things are going to come up. Right. And I think
and I plan on bringing them up very, very early in the show, to be honest with you, because you know me pretty well. Everybody, I think, knows me pretty well. I have my opinions on things, and I think it's always right. So I'm going to bring those up. But no, no, I'm kidding. I can see both sides of the argument. But no, I think it'll be really good. Definitely want to bring up hot button issues in the community, or anything, that is there. Definitely want to bring it up. I know some of the panelists are definitely, no BS type people. We can all call a spade a spade. So when we see something, best believe we're going to talk about it, right? If there's some kind of drama going on, we're talking about it, right? And one of my things too is we've kind of news talk show. I think a lot of you have probably watched Get Up on ESPN in the mornings and stuff. So think of it like that, right? We're going to have our topics, we're going to have our segments that we're doing. We have the core people around the quote unquote table on Get Up. That'll be our panelists. And then, they always call in people. If there's something about the NBA, right? They're calling somebody who's in the NBA or who's involved in the NBA because they're an expert on that. You're not going to ask, me to tell you something about the NBA, right? You're going to ask a former NBA player. So kind of modeled very similar to that. We'll have our core group and, certain topics, certain discussions. We're going to bring in people who are quote unquote experts, or maybe there'll be, a hot button topic of the issue, right? Gamble with Jimmy's going to say something. Well, maybe Gamble with Jimmy comes on the show. Who knows, right? Let him defend his piece. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But no, I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be really, really good. If you guys have, topics you want to see on the show, you want to see them be talked about, please do go to the Discord, the CGTV Discord, and start putting them in Craps Chat. You can put them in my channel community if you want. Doesn't matter, but let's start generating some topics that you guys want to see. I think the panel we've been discussing, we have topics that we can talk about, but we really want to talk about what you guys want to talk about, right? I think it's always more interesting when you have
Sure.
engagement from the audience and stuff that they want to see. So definitely put those things in those discords so we can, get them into the show and we can, really start talking about them. Obviously, we'll take some comments from chat and stuff and we'll loop those into the show. But if there's some like overarching topics you want to see, like if you just want to see, Slam one day come on and make an ass of himself, you could do that, right? So like let us know so we can bring him on. So yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be really, really good. And I like the format. I really do. I loved the old format. I think the new format is a little bit more pointed and revamped a little bit. And hopefully it'll make for, good show, an engaging show, and really take Craps Chat, bring it back and hopefully get the viewership that Jeff and Skill had previously. So I'm looking forward to it, and I think it's going to be really good.
I can't wait to get it back. Everybody missed it. You know what I mean? It was one of those things where it's like, to me, it's like this show, we all kind of get together in the morning, have our coffee with John kind of thing, right? It's like when I was gone, you miss it. Like your day's off kilter when I'm not here. I know that sounds cocky, right? But it's weird when I'm not here. That show is
It's
weird.
true though.
When
it's
we're
true.
not there.
Like
yeah.
You don't know how many people, and like, not trying to say that I always step in when you're not there, but like when you said that you weren't going to be doing your coffee run and your daily paycheck, I mean, no lie, I think I had 5 texts immediately after you said that. Are you going to be doing something those mornings? And I was like, schedule permitting, yes, absolutely, because the community aspect is great. And like, I feel like I said it before, and like, I feel like I talk to most of you more than I talk to like my friends, like talking to you guys every single day. And I love it. I'm not complaining at all. I can tell you that, but no, it's great. And yeah, definitely was missing Craps Chat. Like I said before,
For sure.
highlight of, like the every other week, or, like just being on the panel, hearing everybody talking, seeing everybody in chat interacting. It was great. So I'm really looking forward to having it back and, carrying forward with it.
I loved that show because, and I loved it because I was always a guest on it. Right. So for me, it was like, I told Jeff this all the time. Like, I don't have to think anymore. Like Craps Chat, I could literally just take my shirt off, so to speak, kick back, have a few drinks, and just talk. Right? Not to produce, not to think about nothing. It was great for that reason. As a, because I do it every day. Now, when I look at like my role moving forward, it's kind of the same thing. Like I got to press the buttons and stuff, but like I don't got to think about anything good to say anymore. Like on that show, I can just literally play the Jeff role now and just kind of make the screens look pretty. I'll find a funny chat here and there. I'll put it up there. Make sure the audio sounds good, and I can just enjoy the show, and I think it's, to me, that's going to be personally very fulfilling to do that, play that role and not have to be on camera all the time. If you want me to, of course.
Yeah.
But, I think the opinions you guys are going to have are great because the panel, as you meet the panel this week, you'll find really eclectic group, right? You got Chris can be kind of a hard ass, right? You all know Skill, right? Don's going to be a straight shooter all the time. Like he is Abbott, right? Or is it Costello? I forget who's the straight man, but he's one of them, right? He's gonna be
before my time, so I don't know.
Oh, come on!
I had to throw that one in there.
Yeah. Skill's gonna bring it straight down. Yeah, I did kind of put it up there for you, and unfortunately, none of the Phillies or the freaking Mariners can hit a ball anymore. So I'm not sure what the hell's going on, but. The Mariners last night struck out 16 times in a game. And it wasn't even the worst game of the season. Dude. God.
That's remarkable.
Yeah.
That's remarkable.
I'm actually going to go see, off topic here, I'm going next weekend to see the Phillies Mariners game.
Oh, awesome.
So
enjoy.
Great. Yeah. Phillies hat, Mariners jersey, and nobody hitting the ball. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be just
it's going to be the quickest game of baseball I think ever played. Strike out, ground out,
Oh my God.
Pretty quick.
Yeah, right.
1-0 game.
Right.
But
but it's gonna be cool. I'm looking forward to the whole thing. And again, I think that the way the group has been assembled, you've got, obviously you're going to be kind of like maneuvering the topics, right? Um,
Hmm.
and you're gonna have obviously the core four. You've got people that are funny in that group, people that are super straight shooters, people like that are gonna have like hard and fast, like, hey, facts or nothing, baby, kind of, just write
Yep.
down the hard asses, right? Which is good. I think the guests that we bring in for each show are what's gonna make it, because the
Yep.
panel is gonna be awesome, obviously, right? But like you gave this example of bringing in somebody who's like an NBA expert to talk about the NBA stuff, but the whole show is not going to be about that, right? If you bring in,
Exactly.
let's pretend you brought Dominator in to talk about dice control, right? Well, that's great for the one segment that's about dice control, right?
Yeah.
Then we're going to start talking about other stuff, and you have
Hmm.
this guy talking about other stuff that he's not an expert in, but it's a differing kind of viewpoint on it. That I think is what makes shows I love the Gutfeld show, right? The
Yep.
best thing about that show is the random person they bring in. They bring in some comedian or some actor, or like Charlemagne the God was on there one time, and it's like, okay, we know what he's going to say about this, but these other three things, we have no idea where this is going to go, right?
Yep.
And I think that's
Exactly.
what makes those shows fantastic, because it's the randomness of that without the randomness of like, God, I hope we get questions tonight. We used to worry about, like, are we going to get questions? I remember Jeff used to panic. I hope people ask questions tonight,
Hmm.
because what are we going to talk about, you know?
Yeah.
So,
No, I think it'll be really, really good. And I think the panel that's been assembled is a great panel. Lots of different experiences, lots of different personalities. So I think it's going to be, really, really good, because when you have too many people who have a similar personality, that tends to take over a show, and
yeah.
it can, have an impact. So I think the panel that's been assembled, really, really good. Really looking forward to it. Looking forward to everybody meeting them throughout the week, and
Hmm.
get our first show off the ground here this upcoming Sunday. I
Yeah,
believe it's the 28th. Yeah, the
that's
28th.
right.
And because I saw people in chat were asking, so the 28th, and are we doing the 9 o'clock Eastern time? Is that the time we're going to
I
be?
think that's the plan. As far as I know it, that's the plan. I think Jeremy's
Okay.
podcast goes at 5 o'clock, and they're done within an hour or so. So we'll probably go right after that.
Yeah.
That's the plan. Just kind of just
Yeah. We'll
piggyback on that thing.
just for full disclosure for everybody, we have we're going to be talking tonight. Myself, John, the panelists. We're going to get together and meet to discuss some things. So
Hmm.
I think stay tuned for that. We'll definitely let you know what time it is. I would say probably around 9 o'clock Eastern. Figure out the time zone changes for yourself, because, as I said in our panel group, I was trying to set up something for tonight, and my time zones are all screwed up because I've been on the phone with different time zones all day today, so I
Yeah,
don't know what time zone it is, but figure it out. But yeah, I think nine
yeah,
o'clock Eastern this Sunday, triumphant return, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. It's gonna be
yeah. Me
good.
too. Um, Duracell said it's late, but we're also going to Duracell not go 3 hours. We're gonna. Oh boy, that's a weird place for
Yes.
that to be. The big part of our plan here is to scope the show down to be an hour to an hour and a half tops. Right? We're
Yep.
trying to really get in and get
And
out.
also
And yeah,
digestible from like a podcast perspective as well. So
hmm,
obviously we'll have our live show and stuff like that, and then once it renders down and stuff, we can put it as like a podcast or something, so you can listen to it. Because I know
yeah,
watching YouTube while walking the dog is pretty hard, because I can't put my phone in my pocket, because I don't have YouTube Premium or whatever
hmm,
subscription I need to be able to shut my phone off to watch YouTube. So I think that'll be really, really good. So yeah, like hour and a half. Obviously, if the discussion is going, we're not going to stop the discussion just abruptly, because it's really good. But the goal is to keep it to about hour and a half, and have a very solid hour and a half, and make you want more for next time.
that's it. Yeah, we don't want to burn the whole thing, right? So let me switch gears a little bit, because I brought this up when I was introducing you. Are we doing fantasy football?
Oh, 100%, 100%.
Okay.
I'm That's my like one of my favorite things. So we definitely doing fantasy football. I already have quite a few people who reached out to me based off what you said yesterday,
Hmm.
that want to be involved. So we'll start getting that going. Obviously, we will not be drafting now. We'll be drafting much closer to the season.
Right.
So stay tuned for that kind of stuff. But definitely doing fantasy football. And I know you said something about keeping people involved. So one
Yeah.
thing that we haven't done in the past, we've kind of done like a, first place, second place, third place gets the prize, and then
Hmm.
all that good. A couple of things we do um, in my friends leagues to keep people interested is like, we all buy in beginning of the year, and the prize pool is set, but then there's a weekly prize each week for the highest performing team. So like
Okay.
you can still win at different things. Everybody who's involved, we're going to talk about it. So if you are interested, reach out to me. You can put it again, Discord. There's a whole channel for fantasy football. You can send me an email, send me whatever you want to send me, and we'll start getting it going. Last year we had 12 people who were pretty engaged all year long. If
Hmm.
it gets bigger this year, that's not a problem. We can definitely make it, two different leagues. Won't do more than 12 people in a league because then
Yeah.
you get, people are complaining about, the roster sucks and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
no problem. I understand. I am in a league with 32 people. So talk about your roster sucking. 32 people, you have like literally one top guy, and then the rest of your guys are like you're
That's
praying
rough,
they get to
man.
see the field at some point. So
That is rough.
yeah,
Wow.
oh, it is. It's not easy. You see one running back go off the board, and then magically 32 running backs taken in a row off the board because you have to have a starting running back on your team at some point. So
Right.
yeah, no, it's interesting. But
Jeez.
for anybody who is interested, just let me know, and we'll
Yeah.
start compiling some teams and stuff, and we'll start going over um, like rules and all that kind of stuff. If we want to do like a, highest point person that week gets, a small prize every single
Hmm.
week. And then, we'll discuss all that kind of stuff. So
I like
stay
that.
tuned,
Yeah.
but I think a lot of good things are coming.
Cool. Yeah, I like the idea of a weekly thing because otherwise, because I got smoked last year early. I had a bunch of injuries early, and then late, I was winning every game at the end of the season, but it didn't matter. And I was like, who
Yep.
cares, you know? So, yeah,
Yeah. Well, I got to defend. I got to
yeah,
defend because
yeah.
I am the reigning CGTV fantasy football champion. So
Kathy's
I
coming
have to
for
get
you.
the gears turning.
Kathy's
Kathy's
coming.
coming. That's fine.
Kathy's coming back. She's coming back.
Kathy got smoked last year by me,
She
but she
swept.
smoked me the
So
year before.
she did. Well, last year she won March Madness too. She won fantasy football and March
Yeah,
Madness.
she did.
In our
Yep.
family group, she won March Madness, men and women both. In our separate, I'm
Insane.
like, God, like she just way too good at this stuff. So did I see right? You're starting back your $100 to $10,000 challenge. Are you gonna do it
Yep,
like
I
John
am.
style? Or are you gonna do it Chris style this time?
Maybe a hybrid. Hybrid.
Okay.
No, what we're doing. So my thing last time, the goal for anybody who hasn't seen it was basically I set up a win goal every single day, right? And I would play to hit that win goal, maybe a little bit more if it just happened that way, and then call it quits. Post a video and be done. Um, it was working well until I went on tilt the one day, and it
Yeah.
went poorly. But obviously, we all know it stopped. But my goal this time is, and I left it open to the community to vote on it, how I would do it this time. Did I do it the same way? Do I do weekly instead of daily updates? Do I do a weekly goal instead of a monthly goal? All this kind of stuff. So put out 4 options, and it was voted to do weekly goal with a weekly video. So
Hmm.
that was my choice going into it for two reasons. One, I think the weekly goal is a lot better than a daily goal and a monthly goal. So I still have a quote unquote daily goal. You just divide the weekly goal by 7. But um, if I hit the goal on Tuesday, technically speaking, I don't have to play until the next week again. Right. So I think
Hmm.
limiting the fact that I have to play every single day will be very helpful because there was days where I really didn't have to play and I lost and it put
Mm.
me down in a, not in a great spot.
Yeah.
And even like the day that I lost it all, technically speaking, I didn't have to play because I hit a sports bet the night before that had me at goal for that day anyway. So learning from that kind of, and then going on tilt was bad. So I'm not going to go on tilt. Um, I say that now, but I'm not going to go on tilt.
Right.
I also plan on doing some banking throughout. I'm going to address a lot of this in a video I'm going to put out on Monday. next Monday with the week one recap. It's been going. I played yesterday, played today again. Haven't lost it all yet, so that's a positive. But I'll put out, and like I'm gonna bank throughout. So like, I may go 2 months and then I may bank some of the money after 2 months just in case. So like it limits that ability to go on tilt and lose everything. Um, Again, discipline. It sounds very undisciplined. Typically, I'm very disciplined, but I just was in a bad spot that day and I lost it all. So yeah,
That's
it's
good
really
TV,
bad.
but good TV, but yikes, right? No, I like the weekly thing.
Yeah,
I
but
think it makes sense. I think what you find, I think now you found out, right? Which you probably already knew this,
mm-hmm,
right? When I gave you the challenge, and you're the only one that took the challenge up. Remember the old 10% challenge? I said take 100
yeah,
bucks, win 10 bucks every day for a month, see if you can do it. And you're like, God, that was hard. It sounds so
yeah.
easy,
It
but
was.
it was really hard to do. It's hard to schlep your ass to the casino every day
Yeah.
anyway,
Yep.
right? That's hard in itself. And just walking with $10 is hard, and making $10 is hard. Not having to do your thing every single day, that grind of daily. This is why people who
Mm-hmm.
gamble for a living hate it. They're like,
Yep.
it's worse than a job because it's the grind is brutal. So
Well,
I
it
like
is,
the
and
fact
there's
that it's a
like
weekly
times
goal. Yeah.
too. Yeah, there's times too where like, I mean, I don't sit here and do nothing all day, right? I got things going on. I
Mm-hmm.
may be out a day, like I got family things to do. Like there was times where I felt like I was rushing to get a session in just because I
Yeah.
knew I had stuff going on later. So like
Mm-hmm.
knowing that I have a week to achieve the goal, let's say my Thursday, Friday are pretty busy. Well, I know Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday I can work a little bit more towards that
Yeah.
goal and maybe not play Thursday or Friday. So I think that will be really good. And then
Mm-hmm.
there was one other aspect, and I let it slip my head with the weekly thing. But no, I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be good. Oh,
Yeah.
you like you said, it was really really hard, right? I mean, I'm sitting here trying to win $6 a day. There was some
Right.
days where I was
Yeah.
playing for 2 hours
Mm-hmm.
to win $6. Like you get beat early, you get beat a couple times early, you got to grind all the way back. And the thing is, right, especially early on when you have like $100 like I do right now that I'm playing with, it's like losing 15 or $20 hurts.
Yeah.
And to
That's a
win
big.
that 15 or $20 back is a lot of work,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that's why I went on tilt was because I abandoned what I was kind of doing and I really wanted to because listen, I love to play the light side. Okay, I love it. Don't get me wrong. But like in these challenges, I feel like the light side is just it's so hard, and that's why I went on tilt because I literally went 22 inside, smack with a 7. Then I laddered up a little bit, smack. Then I finally got my hits, regressed, smack, and I'm like, all right, well now I'm back to you know square one, and it was just that. And then finally, the smacks just kept coming and coming and coming, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, this is unbearable.
Mm-hmm.
So,
It's
it
hard.
happens. It's
Like
it's definitely it's hard.
it's really, and I'll tell you
It's
what,
really really hard.
and you've seen this on my daily paycheck show. I have transitioned from trying to grind it out to just slamming it. Like I did 6 months of grinding every day. Like let's win 10%, 20 bucks at a time. It was soul crushing to try and win 500 bucks with green chips. I'm like, screw this. The
Yeah.
last 3 months or 2 months or so, I just think, you know what, we're gonna go out with half the bankroll, two shots, half the bankroll, two
Hmm.
hits, bye bye. I either make it or I don't. And even though when I don't make it, it sucks. It's way more
Yeah.
satisfying. Just get in, get out, and it's like take that 100 bucks, put 50 bucks of it out there, with one shot and move. If you burn the 50, you burn the 50, but you can get your week. I don't know. I'm less inclined to grind forever anymore. I
Yeah.
there's times for that, but I'm more inclined now if I'm doing a paycheck type of thing, just put a little higher percentage out there and be out there like optimize for time. You know.
Yeah, and I think that's also kind of like the weekly aspect will be helpful with that because,
Hmm.
like, when you're looking at something for a week perspective, it's a lot different than a monthly perspective. So, like, I took the monthly perspective, right? I'm trying to turn $100 into $10,000. Yes, we all know that's the goal. But like I was trying to turn it. All right, this month I'm turning 100 into 200. Okay, great.
Mm-hmm.
But even that month outlook is really, really tough because I have, I might have 10 straight days of $6 wins, like I was saying. And that's $60. And then I go out there in one session and blow all $60. Well, now it's like, okay, great. Now I got to go for, maybe $12 every single day just to hit that goal. I think the weekly thing's a lot better from that perspective. Um,
Yeah.
so I'm looking forward to it. I can tell you week one's off to a good start right now. Some craps, some sports betting. I saw there was a chat or a question in chat. Do you guys do any sports betting stuff? Yes, I do. I don't post a lot of it, but I do. Um, I can post some of it if you guys want. I I did, got away from it. There's a lot of reasons why I got away from it, mainly for the sole reason that I could post 10 winning picks in a row, and then I have two losing picks, and people are on my ass that they lost all their money because they lost two picks in a row. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there with the unit discussion and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's,
Sports betting's a different animal.
you
I
know,
mean, from a
it is.
content perspective, it's like, with craps, with roulette, here's a strategy, here's, whatever. With sports betting, it's like they want people don't give a shit about anything about units or your models or nothing. They just say, who do I bet on?
Yeah.
They just want the answer, right? And it's like,
Yep.
to me, this is gonna sound terrible. It feels like it's a very selfish way to be a viewer to me. And people just want,
Mm-hmm.
who do I bet on? And if I don't win, it's your damn fault, right?
Yep.
That's it.
Well,
Sports betting
that's
is
the thing
super
too.
frustrating for that. Yeah, watching it's
And
frustrating.
like,
I watch people do it, guys.
yeah, I mean, and like one of my things is, and I mean, you know this, and a lot of people who know me with the sports betting, like soccer is my main sport, right? 99% of people hate soccer. So for them betting on it, there's zero interest in betting on it.
Mhm.
There's zero interest in understanding why I would be betting on the team I'm betting on. They think it's boring. They don't want anything to do with it. So like that's the other thing with when it comes to the sports betting. Like if you're not going to touch the soccer picks that I post, and you want me to post MLB, I don't like the MLB. I don't. Well, I do like the MLB. I don't like betting on the MLB. Right. So like if I give you three soccer picks and one MLB pick, you only take the MLB pick and it loses. Well, I might be positive for the day because my soccer picks did well, but the MLB pick lost. Meanwhile, you're sitting here, I lost again. Well, I told
Yeah.
you I don't like MLB. You wanted a pick, so I gave you one. But like
Mhm.
it's a different beast. So I mean, if people want to talk about sports betting, you can hit me in the DMs and I'll talk to you all day long about it. And we can discuss and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's the reason I don't really post picks that much is because I don't want people to just blindly tail a bet because they can,
Mhm.
right? It's not like I'm sitting here and like on a craps table, like you can't just you can follow bet me, I guess, but like you don't know what kind of bankroll I have. You don't know,
Right.
what my next move is. Like there's a lot of things going on. So like the blind tailing to me, I think is a really, really bad precedent to set for people. So that's why I don't typically post a lot of the sports bets. So that's just me, but and I see it in chat, right? There's people want the easy button, which is true.
Mhm.
It's definitely
They,
true.
they want the easy button. Yeah, for sure. For sure. The skill sets get back to crap shop, which is fine. This is
Yeah.
why I'm not the host. I tend to go over here. But yeah,
I'm
how
showing
are we
how
gonna
I'm going to definitely
right?
segue us back, right? That I just
You're
go
gonna
on
be
my
the
own
one that
tangent.
brings
But
me
no,
back home, right?
I'm going to be the
Yeah.
one driving the ship.
That
We'll
is
be
your
all right.
job. Your job is to keep us
Yep.
on course, right?
I'm the captain now.
How do we get guests, right? I think what we're gonna do, and I think a big part of the plan is to have a weekly meeting. So we're gonna try and get
hmm
together at least once a week as a group, as the panelists, I guess, and say, here's our topics this week. Number one, and you might want to get gonna put this out there. You might want to get a few weeks ahead on that, even with the topics, right? And start planning
Yeah. Oh,
guests
yeah,
that
for
you want to
sure.
bring in for the topics. And I think it's going to be kind of a long running planning session. So if you want to be a guest, if you're a viewer that wants to be a guest, right? And anybody's welcome, obviously, right? And I think actually that adds a little bit of flavor to it, right? When you're not a
hmm
known expert in a given thing, to be a guest on the show. But yeah, I think it's going to be about like planning ahead of what topics are. Who do you want to have talk about that topic, and let's grab those people and get them on the calendar. You know, it's
Yeah.
almost like a
And if
podcast
there's
in that case. Yeah.
100%. And like, if there's people that you want to see on the show,
Mhm.
to you guys watching, if there's people you want to see, like, do let us know so we can start lining them up, right? Like, we have a guest lined up for the first show already.
Yep.
But like for future shows and stuff, like, I don't want to be trying to. The goal is not to be setting up a guest a couple days before, right? Like, I want to
Right.
say, all right, let's say we're gonna have, I don't know, I slam just put in chat King Dice, right? Let's say like I'm gonna schedule King Dice a month out almost and
Mhm.
be talking with him. So like it's like, all right, we know he's coming on. And I know King Dice is actually not coming on because I've had
Yeah.
conversations with you and with Jeff and other people. Like, I know getting King Dice on is like trying to move the pyramids in Egypt.
Yep.
But like, if there's people you want to see on, like, do let us know so we can start planning that kind of
Mhm.
stuff, because it's a lot easier to plan out in advance than it is to fly by the seat of our pants and like, oh,
For sure.
you tell me on Friday you want King Dice, and like by Sunday I'm supposed to get King Dice. Like, I mean, I have pull, but not that kind of pull.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, and I think that'll make for really good shows too, because
Mhm.
people are putting on the viewers that they want to see, and different questions for them and things like that. So I think it'll be really, really good. So yeah, definitely topics you want and any guests you want to see, because between myself, John, Jeff, a lot of the people involved, like, we have a lot of contacts that we can reach out to and try to get people on. So like, don't think that we're ignoring it. We're just trying to schedule them. So yeah,
Right.
look forward
Right.
to it. And
Yeah.
apparently, Jeff wants girlfriend DGen on. So I
Yeah.
can probably get her. I have to check her schedule. She's very hard to plan around sometimes, but no, I'm kidding. Yeah, she'll come on
Yeah.
probably, but
You have
yeah,
any
she.
ideas for you have
Yeah.
an idea for a topic this week? What is one topic? You tease one topic for the week?
Oh, no, no, no teasing of topics.
No
We
teasing.
haven't
Okay.
been teasing to get the panelists. We can't be teasing topics.
All
Can't be
right.
teasing
All right. I
topics.
just
You
hey,
got to stay
I'm just
tuned and watch.
I
Listen,
see
the
you're
topic
doing
this
your
week
job.
is Craps Chat is back. That's the topic.
That's the
Okay,
topic. Yeah. Cool.
that's the headline. That's what you guys need to know, and we will let you know the topics on Sunday when you all tune in to watch.
There, there you go. That's perfect. That's
Oh,
perfect. All right.
now the girlfriend DJ and chats are gonna fly. Fantastic.
They're
She's
coming.
watching,
Yeah.
by the way, just so you
Hashtag.
all know.
She's her
Be
own
careful what you
hashtag
say.
now. Yeah. Hashtag GFDGen. Right. Get her trending out there.
Yeah,
All right.
right.
I think that's a good place to leave it here. We'll talk tomorrow. I'm going to bring on Skill and Luck tomorrow, and maybe somebody else. We'll figure that out tonight. And every day this week, another panelist. We'll talk like we did today, just kind of get their thoughts on the show, what they want to bring, that kind of thing. And leading up to Sunday, looking forward to it.
Big day.
Chris, thanks, man.
Big day. It's like the start of the NFL season. No, yeah, I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah,
Appreciate you wanting to
of course.
get Crap Chat back up and running, and pushing all the important buttons behind. Because I think the producers of the shows never get enough credit, and people who have done the shows, produce them, run them, all that kind of stuff, understand what goes into it. So,
Yeah.
big shout out to you, and appreciate you guys all
No.
entrusting me to be the
Um,
new host. I'm looking forward to it, and I'll see you all on Sunday.
Yeah, man. Thanks, Chris. Looking forward to it as well. And thanks to Jeff, by the way. Jeff is going to be in my ear the whole time. Jeff is the producer master, right? So I'm going to be. We both have big shoes to fill. Let's just put it that way. We both have big shoes to
Yeah, I
fill.
think my feet are a little bigger than Jeff, so I think I'll be all right. But Jeff
I
is
can put
definitely
both
bigger
my
and
feet
taller
in
than
one of
me.
Jeff's.
So
I put both my feet in one of Jeff's shoes. I think.
no, it'll be great. It'll be great.
Yeah,
And I'm really looking forward to it. And I know Jeff's going to be very helpful throughout,
he
because that's
is.
just how Jeff is. So
He is. Yeah. All right, y'all. Everybody else out there, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow morning with our next Meet the Panelist show. In the meantime, good luck. God bless. See you in the next one. Bye.